And, you know, for the Thunder, they're looking for a strong finish here in the final stretch as they're currently holding that top spot in the conference, which obviously puts them straight through to the postseason.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Holmgren plays at the 4 with Hartenstein at the center spot. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. And for the Celtics, out on the block, it's Tatum with Kata. The guard pair, it's White and Brown. And it's Hauser in at the 3. What a matchup we have tonight, Greg, in the front court. I know everyone, you and I included, have been waiting for this one.
And when you got two of the best bigs in the league going at it tonight, it's must-see TV. I can't wait to call this one, guys.
And so it's the Celtics getting on the board first. To the paint. Tim, I know you love that little push shot that Isaiah Hartenstein possesses in the lane. It really is beautiful, isn't it?
I refer to it as releasing the doves. It's a beautiful thing to watch. I think it's a shot more bigs should try to master because you don't have to get all the way to the rim.
Releasing the doves. And the timing, too, right? I mean, it's got to kind of come in the flow of the kid's movement when he's taking that shot.
Absolutely. He understands how to find those pockets where that shot is available.
And with the depth of this Oklahoma City Thunder team, Tim, who's an impact player on this roster that might fly a little bit under the radar?
Yeah, Kevin, I think it's Aaron Wiggins. I look at a guy that in any other situation, you might be able to average 15 to 18 points a game, but in Oklahoma City, he has sacrificed shots and minutes to be part of a winning team, and he competes every night.
He does indeed. Now, here's Brown. 6 to shoot. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. About 1 minute into the first quarter. Brown with a screen on Williams. Here's Hauser. And a miss there on the triple.
You have to defend the three-point line. They got lucky he missed that one.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. We talked about Jalen Williams and what he wanted to see from his team defensively against him. He told me we just have to be aware of where he is at all times. The second you lose sight of him, that's when he'll torch you. We all got to be on the same page. It seems like Williams will be a central focus for them tonight. Back to you.
And Allie, thanks so much. Tatum, that's good.
That's what makes Tatum so dangerous. Offensively, he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective.
Dort kicks to Holmgren. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Trying to contest size is probably wishful thinking.
Tatum looking around. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And it's going to take more than that to stop Tatum, a wing who can score in so many different ways.
Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. Light covering. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket tonight.
And that's what separates Shea from other guards. He can absorb the contact inside and still finish.
Brown outside. Fade away. That shot, no good.
Yeah, he's got to be mad at himself for missing that one, especially considering the defense didn't really affect him.
Holmgren outside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Greg, on a team as stacked as OKC, you can almost forget about Chet Holmgren, who is the number 2 overall pick back in 2022.
And let's give him his flowers, right? The portrait of a modern big man. Shot blocking, shooting range, and plays with an edge.
Free throw drops for Holmgren. We know about Holmgren's exceptional play defensively, but Tim, talk about his offensive game.
Well, he's incredibly versatile, Kevin. He can score down low. He can handle the basketball, shoots the three, and I'm not talking about standstill shots. He has the mobility to even come off screens.
Holmgren hits them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
The three from Tatum. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Tatum's got 8.
You expect Tatum to be around that 40% mark from deep. Very reliable from 3.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Let's see some of the numbers here for Derek White.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
For Oklahoma City, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for it to start off this game. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. White against SGA. Off target with his 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And there's the drive. Brown outside. Pass to White. Fires from deep. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And you see the unselfishness right there. Brown wanting to keep his teammates involved.
Outside, Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's not going to fall. He's taken 4 shots and made 2. White the pass to Brown. Pass to Tatum. Six on the shot clock. Here's Hauser for the 3. SGA with the rebound. White against Dort. Now here's Williams. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And Dort gets it to go.
And the 3-point shot wasn't always there for Dort, but he's put in a ton of work on it, and it shows.
Hauser bounce pass. Outside Tatum. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Outside Williams. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Williams. And the Thunder, another 3.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
We see this in the NBA all the time. It is very difficult to keep a lead in this league.
The 3 from Tatum. Drops in the tray. Tatum's got 11.
Well, he has been pretty much unstoppable this quarter, and his team is thriving as a result.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And let's take this chance to break out the real stats, real scores from the real NBA and the list of the league's leading teams in steals. Second, the Thunder.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. You talk about a player who can absolutely light it up. He averages over 31 points a game. Holmgren kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 to shoot. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
And continues to make plays offensively, having a very efficient quarter.
Pass to Cada. Now Hauser. And again, Boston with the triple. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. Off target from three-point range. The Celtics have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Brown the pass to White. Tatum setting the pick for White. The kick out to Tatum. And it's off from three-point range. Oklahoma City trailing. Holmgren finds Gilgeous-Alexander. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Dort with a screen for SGA. Outside, Dort. And that comes off the assist by SGA. Dort's got his second bucket of the night.
This is what makes guarding Shea so hard. He reads the defense, and he knows when to kick it out for a 3.
Now here's Tatum. His last outing, he had 24 points. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
6'3", 215 pounds. Lou Dort is one strong guard. Hard to handle for defenders.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Oklahoma City?
I like how they've worked the ball inside, getting looks closer in there, and that really helps your offense.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
And for all the talk, Tim, about Lou Dort's defense, how about his growth as a shooter?
Well, I think he understood to get more minutes, he had to be more consistent as a shooter. The defense has always been there, but the steady improvement has come with his three-point shooting, which makes him now an elite 3-and-D wing.
He hits the second from the line. And as the season ramps up, Tim, for players that might be on the move this summer, there's got to be, I would assume, a bittersweet feeling about that.
There's no doubt you head into the offseason at times, Kevin. You have a pretty good idea if you're going to be back or not, but for some guys, there's a very good chance you're going to end up in a different situation. The only constant in this league is change, so you better appreciate every stop as you go.
You're right on the money with that one. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander after the three-pointer from Nikola Vucevic.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Walsh. It's hauled in by Jalen Williams. And it's Williams with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
SGA, good.
Well, that's just too easy for Shea. If he gets that close to the rim, there's no chance.
Brown against Wallace. That one drops for him.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. Fires the 3. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Boston trailing. Now Pritchard. Still scoreless. This ball movement by Boston. Shoots. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Wallace, the pass to Williams. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander. Wallace against Brown. It's hauled in by Jalen Williams.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Well, that happens sometime. Nothing is guaranteed in this league.
And now, Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Hey, Jaylen Brown never loses confidence. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla said he has great short-term memory. If he misses a shot, it never affects the next one. You can't shake him. I just love his poise and his ability to attack. Brown said, every time I take the floor, I want to be aggressive. Back to you guys.
You absolutely love that confidence. Okay, Allie, we thank you. And so, the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And then for Oklahoma City, Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Jalen Williams. Isaiah Joe comes in for Dort. And it's Mitchell in for Gilgeous-Alexander. We've got 1:18 left to play in the first quarter. Bounce pass from Tatum. Clock at 4. For 3. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Oh, another huge night for Tatum. One of the top scorers in the NBA. Jason beat you in so many different ways.
Now, here's Mitchell. Against Phoenix, he was really on his game. Holmgren gets the bucket.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
Here's Pritchard. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
There's the pick. Pass to Joe. Lets the 3 fly. Boston grabs the miss. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Yeah, you could see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
Well, they just never looked comfortable out there, and part of that is the defense they were facing.
It's stolen by Vucevic. Outside Tatum. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for Boston. He nailed it from long range in that quarter, winds up with a total of 4 3-pointers in the period. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
It's what the league looks like these days, but it's not always easy to pull off and execute it.
We've got Peyton Pritchard. Jason Tatum is out there with Vucevic. And it's Shireman in at the 2-guard spot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
Well, you know Jason Tatum can score, and that's exactly what he's done thus far.
Here's Mitchell. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
The Thunder shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Free throw dropped for Mitchell. Hey, Tim, what are some of the keys to sticking around for role players fighting to remain at the NBA level?
Well, if you are a role player in this league, you need to understand you need to work at everything but be exceptional at something. And I think that's the key. Growing up, All of these guys were stars. Now you've got to fit in and understand on a given night what your role is.
And your sensational aspect was your three-point shooting.
You've got to do it better than anybody else, Kevin. It's got to be at an elite level because there are guys out there waiting to take your job.
And you were elite. Now here's Tatum. He's got 16. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
His efficiency throughout this game has really been something, and his team has been able to succeed in large part because of it.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Celtics.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
Hey, Greg, kind of a combo forward. Tatum at 6'8", more than capable of playing up at the power forward position.
And that's where he's mostly played the last few seasons, and his rebounding is more than just serviceable. Credit him for the strength he's added over his career.
Now Pritchard. After the missed three from Chet Holmgren. Pritchard passes to Tatum. The Celtics working the ball around now. Gonzalez, that's good.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Mitchell against Pritchard. Pass to Holmgren. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Pritchard against Mitchell. Here's Wallace. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Now, here's Vucevic. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Here's Tatum. Three-pointer, Pritchard. A rebound by Mitchell.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
They set the pick. Wallace. Offline with his three. Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder winning their last game against the Suns. Inside, Tatum finds the deuce.
And there's the frame being put to use by Tatum. He knows he's dangerous down low.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. Jaylen Brown's checked in for the Celtics. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Mitchell. Here's Wallace. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Suns in Phoenix. Holmgren sets the screen for Wallace. A three-pointer, no good. Celtics leading by 4. Tatum passes to Pritchard. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
The coaching staff had them prepared with a great game plan, and they went out and executed it.
You know, strong take by SGA. 6'6" with point guard skills. What a nightmare matchup he is.
It seems like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tim, has the ball handling and finishing package of a player 6 inches shorter. What he does at his size is really amazing.
Yeah, I think he has the offensive game of a shorter player because he thought he was only going to be 6'1". He got to 6'6". So now you've got this incredible array of shot making around the rim with a much taller player. That is a difficult combination to deal with.
So he had to readjust not only physically but mentally how he approached the game, correct?
Absolutely. It changed everything for his approach.
And even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter. It looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
And using every bit of that large frame for the exclamation point, Vucevic, a force around the rim.
Now, here's SGA. He's coming off a 31-point game against Phoenix. Outside Tatum. There's the triple. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Thunder trailing by 7. Outside Williams. The Thunder with another miss. Here's Boston now. They're on a 13-5 run. Richard with the ball. Still yet to score. Tatum wide open. He fires one. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 7th assist in the game. And here is Wallace. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Driving to the basket. That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Williams.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Williams against Tatum. Tatum slips by the contact inside.
Well, just keep feeding him. He has been lights out.
Wallace outside. Pass to Williams. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And here is Wallace. Holmgren sets the screen for Williams. Wallace looking for an opening. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Struggling to get it going out there right now. I think he's pressing just a little bit too much.
Now here's White. Pass to Tatum. Back to White. Shoots the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 12 points for him. Williams gets the bucket.
Yeah, Williams that time perfectly in rhythm. Just catch and release.
Here's Brown. Takes it inside. And the dunk by Brown.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Wow, what determination. Gilgeous-Alexander fighting through contact for the and one.
The Thunder have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. Here's what Boston's going with right now. Kate is checked in, and Sam Hauser subbed in for Pritchard. Hartenstein's checked in for the Thunder. Dort comes in for Wallace. Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night. What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Pass to Joe. Here's Hartenstein. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Phoenix.
And a gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
And the shot goes in. And now a 10-point Boston lead.
Really in sync offensively right now. He is turning it up a notch.
Outside Williams. Back to SGA. Fades back. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot by Williams, no good. Boston leading by 10. Tatum with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Brown sets a screen for White. Here's Queta. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Queta's got 4 points this quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The 15-footer takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Gets one to go. It's been a great personal night for him, but those mean a lot less if you're losing.
White goes in, and the basket is good. White's got the lead up to 12 now for the Celtics.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Launches a 3. Joe, good. Joe's got 6.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Outside, White. From the arc. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Thunder trailing by 12. Pass to Joe. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Dort wide open. And the Thunder another 3.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
Brown. Sweet touch inside from Brown.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside, SGA, 11 feet away. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And Shea has the ability to break down any defense on any given possession, and you're seeing that again tonight.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. The Celtics making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Mitchell's checked in. .114 left here in the second. Brown inside, defended by Dort. And the bank shot is good. Queta's got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Here's Williams. That one falls.
Well, Williams is a threat anywhere on the floor. The defense can't give him that much room, inside or out.
It's Brown on the wing. Pass to Hauser. A three-pointer off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Outside Dort. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Jacks up a 3. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
He's going to force them to have to make adjustments. That's number 4 in terms of triples in the half.
Pritchard feeling it out a bit. Fires for 3. Hits it from three-point range. And the Celtics lead by 9. And so it's the Boston Celtics in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great... And we'll be right back after this.
2 quarters of play completed as we welcome you to take a look at some of the upcoming games on the schedule. The Hawks playing at State Farm Arena as they go up against the Knicks. That's a 7 p.m. tip-off Eastern Time.
This is a game everyone had circled on their calendar, especially me, and it's finally happening.
I don't want to talk. Let's get going.
And now it's time to talk about what we saw from Jason Tatum in that first half. He was a man on a mission.
Hard not to love what Tatum is doing out there, hustling on both ends of the floor, punishing. I mean, he's punishing the D with his scoring ability and keeping his team energized, Shaq.
He's giving them everything they want and more. Get it, young fella?
And more.
And more than that.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Well, and I expect they're going to continue to lean on him as we continue in this game. Why not? The way he's playing right now offensively.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. 9-point game. Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. Holmgren plays at the 4 with Hartenstein at the center spot. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3, the small forward. And Tim, the quintessential unstoppable force, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, taking his offensive game to a level rarely matched in league history.
Well, Kevin, I'm running out of superlatives. The ability to score at every level. He gets to the foul line. He makes guys better. I just marvel at the totality of it.
Williams passes to SGA. Hartenstein with the screen on Brown. To the middle. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Hartenstein. Shot clock at 5. And Hartenstein is right there. Hartenstein's got 5 points so far.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Brown outside. No good on the 3.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Holmgren the pass to Williams. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Here's Williams. And that comes off the assist by SGA. SGA's got 6 assists here tonight. Pass to Hauser. Holmgren against Tatum. To the inside. It's stolen by Hartenstein. Here's the break. Knocked loose. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Light covering. SGA, no good. Boston leading by 3. And White kicks to Tatum. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought.
That's 3 straight misses to start the second half. Not what they wanted.
Back to Hartenstein. Williams for 3. And a wide open look for SGA. And it's all evened up. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points now in the quarter. Here's Queta. And the layup's good off the glass.
They finally got one to go, but not until they missed 3 straight to start the second half.
Here's SGA. 22 points for him. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Inside. Now Now White. He's got 8. Oh, man!
A supremely athletic player. Brown really stuck it to them there.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And now let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard as we've gotten into the second half of the season. These teams have become better and better, scoring points off turnovers. The Thunder in 4th.
Their defense has taken on a new life since the break. I mean, they're getting into teams, forcing turnovers, and they look like a different group.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Williams passes to Holmgren. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Brown, no good. Thunder trailing by 4. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. Pass to Dort. The Thunder with another miss.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Tatum passes to Keita, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
SGA against White. Right at the rim. No problem there for Shea.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
White looking around. The 3 from Tatum. SGA with the rebound. Thunder have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Celtics leading by 4. And White kicks to Brown. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Brown's got 4 points in the quarter.
And far from just a perimeter scorer, Brown also adept at finishing in close.
Holmgren with a screen on White. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
You know, the pregame routine is something I know you embraced, and we see that with guys like Curry and Durant. We've heard a lot about what they do. What was the most important part of your pregame regimen, Tim?
Well, you know, Kevin, for me, I was really going to be judged based on catch-and-shoot percentages. Can I get off threes, and can I make threes? So for me, it was all about high-volume three-point shooting before the game, getting comfortable from every spot on the floor where I may get a shot.
And same routine every game?
Every game, same thing, and I made sure, of course, I finished on that make.
Wow.
That's an easy one right there for Williams. He'll take that one all day. He loves the corner three.
Outside, White. Brown with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3 from Tatum. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeding. Outside, SGA. Over in the corner, Dort. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Boston shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Boston, no good that time either. The Thunder have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren outside. 5 on the clock, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. SGA's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Now here's Brown. 14 points for him. Pass to Tatum. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And it's White missing. The Thunder leading by 3. Here's Dort. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Dort's got 15.
Some physicality there from Lou, pushing past the contact and into the shot.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Vucevic, he's checked in for Boston. And then for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. And Wallace subbed in for Dort. Celtics trail by 5. Brown outside. Tatum down low. Working on Holmgren. Tatum passes to Hauser. Outside, White. Trying to get something going. The kick out to Tatum. From outside, off the mark.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Pass to Holmgren. Takes a 3. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Brown's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. When it comes to Jaylen Brown, Greg, what qualities does he add to a team?
Well, I love how active and physical he is. He poses such a difficult challenge on both sides of the ball. With a Finals MVP award to his credit, you know he's as mentally tough as anyone in our league.
Now Williams, after Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Puts up a 3. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Yeah, it's been a tough game for him with his shooting. Fortunately, the rest of the team has picked him up, and they have the lead.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. After the missed 3 from Derek White. Brown finds White. Back to Brown. Looking to end the run. Basket counts. Brown's got 6 here in this quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Outside, SGA. Holmgren outside. Latrey. Rebound, Boston. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
Tatum against Wallace. Here's Vucevic. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Outside Williams. Back to Holmgren. Pass to Williams. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Thunder. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. For the Thunder, Wiggins is checked in for Holmgren. Isaiah Joe comes in for Williams. And it's Mitchell in for SGA. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter. Pritchard from outside. Rebound by Williams. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 16-4 run. Mitchell outside. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell. And this is a good time to bring you a rundown of the hottest three-point bombers from the shooting guard position over the course of the last 10 games. You look at Joe. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
And, you know, two-guard is where we traditionally find the best shooters in our league, and he's no exception to that rule. I mean, look at the success he's having from three-point range.
Mitchell against Pritchard. Pass to Gonzalez. The Celtics working the ball around now. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Pritchard. Rebound by Wallace.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Down low. That's good from Wallace on the assist by Mitchell. And now an 8-point Thunder lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Vucevic a screen on Mitchell. 44 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Pritchard. The wing jumper off target.
And it just feels like his poor shooting has been contagious to his entire team as they find themselves trailing.
Pritchard against Mitchell. Pass to Joe. There's the three. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got 4 assists in the game. Mitchell against Pritchard. Here's Vucevic. Here's Walsh. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Oklahoma City Thunder. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. Back to the action in just a minute. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
And it's such an advantage to have a big man who can facilitate at a high level like that.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. They've got Vucevic. Tatum out there with Peyton Pritchard. And it's Shireman in at the shooting guard position. That's the Boston 5.
A high IQ player. Vucevic has that sixth sense for when to cut after screening for a teammate.
The shot by Mitchell, no good. And Vucevic has got the ball here for the Celtics. And stolen by Wiggins. Here's Holmgren. From down in the low post, it goes. Holmgren's got the lead up to 11 now for the Thunder. Celtics shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Pritchard passes to Vucevic, and the shot goes in.
And with the ability to step out and make shots, bigs like Vucevic have a lot of value in today's NBA.
Wallace against Tatum. Holmgren dishes to Mitchell. Misses the three.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Here's Shireman. Pass to Tatum. And he banks in the layup. 34 points for Jason Tatum.
Now, he's been reliable tonight, but that's certainly not the case for his team in general.
On the wing, Wallace, guarded by Tatum. Wallace kicks to Mitchell. Wiggins, a screen on Pritchard. 4 on the shot clock. And that one's good. Wiggins And the Thunder lead by 9.
He is putting in work right to the rim. Defense had no answer.
Pritchard with the ball. Launches it. And Holmgren pulls it down. Holmgren's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
So far, he hasn't done a lot of damage from 3. Only had that 1 in the first half.
Now here's Wallace. Pass to Joe. From outside the arc. Drains the three-pointer. And it's a 12-point Thunder lead.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
Here's Tatum. Three-pointer, Pritchard. Rebounded by Joe.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
If he can just make a couple of buckets, though, this can all be put in his rearview mirror.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You gotta love the effort. That's big time.
Here's Vucevic. The Thunder making the shot. Fader on the way, and it's good off the back rim and in. Vucevic has got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, he goes to the fadeaway right there. I think he thought the defense was a little bit closer.
Mitchell passes to Holmgren. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
Yeah, 3 triples already for him. That's his 2nd of the quarter. This could be a huge night for him.
Mitchell against Pritchard. Pass to Tatum. Vucevic is screen on Wallace. Back to Pritchard. To the left wing. Nice ball movement by Boston. The 3 from Tatum. Thunder with the rebound. Holmgren's got 8 rebounds in this game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And here's Mitchell from the arc. It's rebounded by Walsh. Celtics trail by 17. Now Pritchard. Outside Tatum. Pass to Vucevic. Here's Shireman. Goes back up. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity.
Now here's Wiggins. Holmgren sets the screen for Wiggins. Lets it go with a 3. And there's Holmgren. That's good on the assist by Wiggins.
They're giving him a little too much space out there. That's his 3rd triple since halftime.
Vucevic setting the pick for Tatum. This one for 3. Rebounded by Joe. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 17-6 run. Mitchell finds Holmgren. Here's Joe. Back to Wallace. Here's Holmgren. Rebounded by the Celtics. Outside Tatum. Pass to Pritchard. And just as players, Greg, have used technology to train, it sounds like officials are now doing the same thing.
Yeah, whether it's the training app on their phones or VR headsets, cameras tracking their positioning on the floor, and even where they're looking, we'll see how much of a difference all this tech makes.
Another miss by Holmgren. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. Nice move. Out to the wing. Second shot opportunity, and that one drops. Tatum's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, as a team, they've been coming up short, but his pure scoring mentality as an individual has been unshakable.
Celtics trail by 18. Here's Walsh. Pass to Shireman. Fires the three. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
And that passing ability really helps separate Tatum from so many others because the defense has to focus on his ability to score.
Wiggins, a screen on Tatum. A floater, and it's laid in by Wallace. And the Thunder lead by 17.
Wow, what skill level to get that floater up and in right there. Nicely done.
That one good for two.
And that's the shot they were looking for, right under the hoop.
And here now the Thunder, following the bucket by the Celtics. For three, Holmgren. That will fall for his 7th bucket, 7 for 15 in this game.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
Pass to Shireman. And here is Tatum. Vucevic is screen on Wallace. To the middle. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Yeah, and Tatum's passing ability really makes him a problem in that pick and roll. No wasted motion, always slicing and dicing the defense.
Now here's Wallace. Now here's Mitchell. Back to Wallace. Takes the three. And the Thunder another three.
As cold as he was in the first half, he's done a great job regrouping and turning things around after the break.
Outside Tatum. Pritchard with the ball. Vucevic is screen on Mitchell. Pritchard passes to Vucevic. Nice use of the glass on the finish.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He knows every possession is critical now. For the Thunder, Hartenstein, he's checked in for Aaron Wiggins. Jalen Williams comes in for Wallace. And SGA subbed in for Isaiah Joe. SGA against Brown. Holmgren with a screen on White. Mitchell. That one is off. Celtics trail by 17. With the teardrop, and he got it. Nice execution on the layup.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
Outside, SGA. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander driving. Yeah, that goes in.
SGA wreaking havoc on defenses when he puts it on the deck, just bullying his way through that contact.
Now here's Tatum. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the fourth. Clock at 6. Now White takes the three. The three goes down.
A great feed, and that assist gives him a triple-double. You gotta love that kind of player, able to get it done in just about every facet.
Now here's Mitchell. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with a screen on Brown. Rebounded by Tatum. Celtics trail by 14. And we keep seeing franchises' values going up, Greg, including the Boston Celtics last season selling for over $6 billion.
Man, those are some deep pockets. And don't forget the Lakers going for in excess of $10 billion. As those well-heeled individuals continue to pay these incredible prices, the pressure to unlock new league revenue streams, listen, it's only going to increase.
And the Thunder making a change here. Dort's checked in. Here's SGA. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Thunder.
Yeah, this has got to be one of the most rewarding wins they'll have this season. They could have easily gone quietly, but they fought back so hard.
They really did. And I think it shows a little bit of the character of this group, and that's a testament to them. When things seem to be their most difficult, they have a way of rallying around one another and looking to be at their best.
In what's really been a fantastic year, these guys expect to win each night just as they've done here tonight. And this will end up another big win, making it 65 on the season.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn them.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
If this were a crime scene, he would be questioned because his fingerprints are all over it.
Here's Brown.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
Yeah, anything they do at this point is going to be futile. Too little, too late.
Knocks down the three. It's stolen.
And I like how Tatum never backs off, even as the defense clearly gets overly physical.
First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And so Tatum nails them both.
And now down to a one-possession game. Those foul shots, huge.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And so they foul intentionally. Drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Yeah, analytics aside, players making important free throws is always valued by their team.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They trail by 5. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
You have to be smart here. If they're successful, the foul has got to happen quickly.
Jacks up a 3. SGA pulls it down. And now we've got the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
There's still a sliver of hope.
And it has to be a quick hitter. There is no time to waste.
From outside.
And that's a breakdown defensively, and it leads to 3 points off that inbounds pass.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game. Brown! So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.